But if someone is just focused on learning this, like you wake up and you learn this, the blockchain, this was not some another JavaScript framework, or just write math to random or something. No, but in smart contract, the blockchains are deterministic systems. I've just copy pasted the question and interacted with some people, got some ideas, but the main thing that helped me was, let me first show you the first iteration or the MVP of the app. Hey there, I'm Soumya, welcome back to this channel. So in this video I'll be sharing my experience learning to build on chain or on Web3 for the first time, the time it took for me to start with no knowledge of blockchain to basically building a project. I'll also be sharing some resources I've used, of course all are free. Okay, so let me first show you the first iteration or the MVP of the app that I've built, and then we'll get into all the specifics and details of it. Okay, we're loading the site now. It's deployed on Fleek, so that's why you see Fleek here. It's a distributed way to host your web apps. Now it asks me to connect the wallet, so I'll just do that. MetaMask, and it'll just pop up, ask me the account I want to select, account 1, because I have some testmatic in it, and I'll just connect. Yeah, so we're connected now. I've also implemented this that if you have a different you're on a different chain, it will detect that and it will just tell you to switch to this Mumbai testnet. So if you just click it, if you don't have the chain, it will add the chain, and if you have the chain, if it will just switch to that chain, right? So as it is detecting I already have that chain, it will just asking me to switch. If I don't have this chain already, it will just add this chain too, right? So we are on our app now. So what I'll do now is just bring a picture here to upload. So I'll just drag it. Either you can click in this area, it will pop up the file manager, or else you can just drag and drop it here. Now it's here, and I'll just hit send. Now it will show me the fees, gas fees required to make this happen. So it's 0.00375 matic. So I'll just confirm this now, and now it just it will start to upload this thing to IPFS and store things in the contract and generate the code and give me. So all this will take place. This portion, it takes some time because I'm waiting for this whole block to be mined so that everything is updated in the contract. So it takes less than a minute. I have to optimize this amount. So now it has generated the code. As you can see, it took around 20 seconds, maybe 20-30 seconds. I'll just copy this code. Now if you want someone to get this file, you'll just send this, ideally you'll just send this code to that person, or in this case I'm just going to retrieve this file. So I'll just come here to this app and I'll just click on receive, and I have this thing here. So I'll just put my code here and I will just tap on get file. Now it will also same thing, just ask me the gas fees, shows me the fees required, and I will just confirm it. Now it just got the file, and you can see open file here. If I just click on this, now the file should just load or get downloaded. So now once if I have used that code, I have made it such that that the contract will only give me the file once. So if I just type that same code, and from which we have requested the file already, and I'll just tap get file, it should first it will obviously ask me the, I'll just confirm that, and now it should just show me an error telling me that hey, I've requested the file already. I mean, this file has been requested already. So yeah, there you go, the file was requested once already. That's basically the demo of my first full stack app on the Web3. And yeah, this smart contract is deployed on Polygon. Basically now it just works, it's just on Mumbai testnet. Maybe in future I'll just make on the mainnet too. And of course there must be a lot of bugs and here and there and stuff, but I just wanted to learn how to build apps on chain, and this is just a simple side project I did. And yeah, do let me know in the comments any feedbacks and things, whatever you want to say. So first, just to give an idea of how much time this whole process took, from like starting with just reading white papers in order to understand this technology blockchain, which I did not know anything about, to basically building a project, writing code, and pushing some code. So it took around 3 months, spending at max 2 hours or 3 hours every 2 days, not even every day. And I'm quantifying it to a like a frequency thing. Like you can visualize, okay, 2 days, 2 hours or 3 hours he spent. But basically it was very irregular. Like in a week, sometimes when it's the weekends, I used to do, I get time to do this stuff. So basically then I'll sit for like 6 hours or something. But on weekdays, I would be able to sometimes just even not do anything related to this. So basically I just did this on side because I'm actually in a full-time internship which is remote right now, so which takes much of my time, like most of the time. So I mainly got to do this on weekends and also after work hours maybe, right? So that's why it's very irregular. But you can assume like 3 months, every 2 days I was giving 3 hours max. But if someone is just focused on learning this, like you wake up and you learn this, and that is your primary goal, and you were fairly good at building web apps using JavaScript or something before this, then I think it will take at max a month to like start building things. So that's basically the timeline you could expect. Okay, so coming to the experience of going from a normal guy who is building apps on the Web2 to learning this new technology. Let's do it this way. I'll share my normal framework of learning anything that I want to learn, and in each step I'll say how that turned out to be in the case of Web3, right? So let's get started with the first point. So first, if I see that okay, I need to learn this thing, what I do is I just go to YouTube or some blog page, and I try to see okay how this thing looks, at least how this thing works on a YouTube video, so that I just get an idea of like, hey, okay, this is how it looks when you implement this, and this is how you work, this is how it works, and okay, here is a resource that I can use to basically know the code and how it works. So I get a high level thing of okay, these are basically the things that are used to implement this or learn this. And of course, while going through these tutorials, I never try to code along, because I've realized this is complete waste of time. You must also know it, that when you're just copying code and from what anyone else is writing, you don't know what the code is doing, what is the why of how it works. You're just mindlessly copying, right? So it's just a gateway to tutorial hell basically. So please don't do that. I wasted so much time doing that I made a video on it. But in this case, that is the blockchain, this was not some another JavaScript framework or a package that you have to learn to implement something. This is a whole new technology. So my first month almost just completely went in reading lots of articles. Then I also read the Bitcoin white paper, which is the first white paper I ever read. Then the Ethereum white paper, and while reading the Ethereum white paper, I have made lots of notes, which I'll be progressively just posting as a blog, short blogs that would help anyone to just understand Ethereum in simple words, and they don't have to read that long white paper. That is basically how I spent my first month. Lots of reading and some taking notes. So while reading the Ethereum white paper, there's a lot of mention of Solidity. So I thought, as I'm reading this, why not just do the Crypto Zombies thing? So basically, if you don't know, it's a site where you learn Solidity in a fun way. So if you see the channel, there are some streams of Solidity. I'm streaming that on Twitch basically, but I did that stream much earlier, so I had lost the touch from Solidity after that. But now I just started doing this again, and it's a great resource if you just want to learn Solidity in a fun way, and it's pretty good. You understand a lot of concepts there. So after all this was over, I thought let's just jump onto a tutorial and start to learn how things work. So this is the 31-hour course by Patrick Collins, and most probably you know this course, but if you don't, it's 31 hours. It does not need any explanation, right? So it's the best one basically. So I started doing it, learned a lot, like testing smart contracts. That part is amazing on this tutorial. Learned that, basically knew how a dApp basically works. Then I learned the interaction, which I wanted to learn the interaction, like how a front end interacts with a smart contract which is on the chain, right? That I learned, which was super interesting. And then after that, when he started building projects, especially the full stack one, which consisted of making a front end and also smart contract, and joining them together, making it work as a full stack app on the chain, right? So when he started doing that, I thought, I just realized this is not going to work if I just see and keep seeing the tutorial. What will be more effective is obviously just think of an idea and just start making something from scratch myself. I would learn way more than if I just watch this tutorial. So that brings me to my next point, that is, after getting a rough idea of the thing that I'm wanting to learn the working of it, I try to think of a simple project that is not just simple but also usable, right? Simple but usable project that I could build with this thing, so that would basically solidify my learnings. So there's this sort of app called sendanywhere.com. When there were classes, basically lab classes, we used to code. What someone else would do is that we just get that file of the code, upload it in an app, get a code back, and he would say that code out loud to the person who needs that code, and he would just type that in, and he would get that file the other person has uploaded, right? So I thought, why not just try to make that in a decentralized way, right? Because it seems fairly simple. So this was my idea. The user uploads a file, the file gets uploaded to the IPFS, which, if you don't know, is the database of the decentralized internet, you can say, because in there the data is stored in a distributed way, and if you have that content ID, the specific ID that is returned after you upload the that specific file into IPFS, then only you can get all the pieces of that file, and basically at the end you'll have the whole file. Once you have that, you upload it, you got that CID. The smart contract then stores that CID, which will be mapped to a code that will be generated randomly. And you must be thinking, as I was, like, okay, random codes, pretty cool, I just write math to random or something. No, but in smart contract, the blockchains are deterministic systems. There is no randomness in the blockchain. So what you have to do is you have to use Chainlink VRF, which is made by Chainlink, which is a company. VRF basically produces random numbers, and your smart contract can interact with that VRF, and it can generate. So basically the code is a lot more than just math.random. So that is generated. So your CID is now mapped to a code, right? And that code is shown to you on your computer. You just say that code or send that code to the person, and whenever he types that code, the smart contract will search for the content ID mapped to that code, and he will just fetch that file from IPFS and show it to him. So that basically was the rough idea, and all of this process that I just described will be happening on the chain. So completely decentralized. So this was a good enough, simple enough, and usable enough idea for me to just go ahead and start building, and let's see if it works or not. So I started building. So this brings me to my final point. So once I have an idea, I just open up the editor, open up the browser, start building things, start making, start breaking, start getting stuck, and googling a lot. So I started building this project, and whenever I got stuck on a bug, and the Web3 bugs are different than normal bugs. For example, let's say you want to even learn React, or even let's say Redux. It has a large enough community that even if, first thing is that if you have an error, there is most likely that it is very much likely that one has already gone through that. So you just search that and you'll get the results. You'll get how to solve it. And even if you don't, you ask a question on Stack Overflow, someone will definitely answer it, right? But with Web3, the thing I faced was that if you get stuck on something, people have already, of course, gone through that, got that error, but sometimes you don't get the answer from just a Google search, right? What you have to do, and what I also did, is that you have to join some Discord groups which has developers in it. Go to the appropriate channel. I went to a lot of channels, just copy pasted the question, and interacted with some people, got some ideas. But the main thing that helped me was Twitter, right? Someone would not expect to get solutions there, but yeah, people are there. Twitter is super helpful if you are in tech and you're building things. Most of my things that I got stuck, there were errors. I got stuck for a week maybe because I had no idea how to do this. I mean, here if you ask a question in Stack Overflow or Ethereum Stack Exchange, there most probably you'll not get answer. I mean, in days you'll not get answer in days. I mean, I have asked questions, there are no answers to that till now. So Discord and Twitter are the way to go. Go post your questions in appropriate channels on Discord and post them in Twitter, and most likely someone will see and help. So yeah, that's basically my process of trying to learn something new and building. Thanks a lot for sticking till now. Do let me know your thoughts on the app below in the comments, or you can see all the code. It's all open source, and just all the links will be in the description, GitHub and everything. So yeah, do let me know any feedbacks about the video or the app. That means a lot. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have a great day and keep building.